I think my first memory of Sagee Woods was before there was anything there, and we were walking along the slopes of the mountain, cutting our way through the rhododendron, and we came to an amazing spot, an open spot with this terrific view overlooking the valley called Horse Cove. And I remember making a sketch, a little landscape sketch, and it was early in the morning and the sun was coming up and it was really bright in my eyes, and we were all standing there in awe of this amazing sight. And that turned out to be the spot that we created the overlook.
I think we really fell in love with highlands in the area, and we're passionate gardeners. But when we saw the piece of property and had the opportunity to preserve it, it just really inspired us. And everything that followed, pretty much followed in the inspiration to do the right thing with this truly remarkable piece of property.
The drive up is a drive through a woodland garden. You just see beautiful native plants on both sides of the drive. And then you see this gorgeous Tudor structure that looks like it's been here forever.
It's a timeless design. It doesn't matter if this house were 100 or 200 years old. There's no reason to change it because it's so well seated into the landscape.
It was really remarkable how the different artisans entered the picture. And they came here and they saw the vision of what we were trying to achieve, and they just really dove in head first.
I love this style because it's really all about the choice of wood, the warmth and the depth of this product that's organic. So this house had everything that a woodworker would dream of. It just fed all of my passion, my love for this type of work. A lot of the panelized walls in the house were done out of what we would call a common grade white oak. And we literally took these boards, planed them into 1x6, 1x8, random width, tongue and groove, and hand planed every board. Every little peg was touched with a sharp razor knife. If you look at the paneling, the tight joints, the way it's all put together, is just unique in America today to achieve that level of craftsmanship.
So I think his love for the English antiques and the paintings and things probably is where that influence of what Keith came up with that design for an English country estate. With all the heavy beams and the iron light fixtures and all, the fabrics need to be a little heavier. There's chenilles and heavier fabrics and textures. And then maybe upstairs in some of the bedrooms where the rooms are a little smaller in scale, we use more linens and kind of a little bit lighter. Still rich colors, but not as heavy of a feel. But the ladies that make the draperies went up there, set up big tables, took all their sewing machines and made all the draperies on site. It could stay decorated just like it is now and just last.
When I decided to go out on my own, I sort of reconnected with Keith Summerhour, the architect for the Fisher project, and let him know that I was on my own. He said, well, as a matter of fact, I have this great project, and you would be a good fit because the client's interested in talking to Rosemary Veary, and you might be a good liaison for that.
Well, Rosemary is quite a character. Probably was, until her death, the most renowned English landscape gardener alive at the time. And she really brought a wonderful perspective of how to balance colors, how to bring the totality of it together in a way that is unique and provides a special variety to the experience of the gardens.
They knew that she would understand the architecture, would understand the type of gardens that should be in association with that house. The closer you get to this house, the plantings and the design philosophy becomes a lot more refined. But you can stand in a formal garden on the edge of one of these walls and look out into the natural landscape, and it's very seamless. It meshes into Mother Nature.
The amount of plant variety is endless, but also they have made sure that the garden is appropriate for its setting. The gardens are lush, it seems to just fit the surrounding.
There's always sort of a human aspect to it, so you never feel like you're overwhelmed or intimidated by the space or the architecture or anything else. That feels extremely comfortable, very cozy, very intimate, warm, inviting.
You know, we really planned the use of this property for entertainment. And the way we laid out the spaces were really intended for that purpose. And the sort of succession of rooms and the flow of activity were really designed for that particular purpose. So the dining room here seats 12, great fireplace, the proportions of the room that Keith designed are just perfect for that kind of setting. The pavilion is another perfect place to entertain. On summer evenings in the fall, it's just a real joy to us to share it in these ways.
It is a sacred place because these mountains are that anyway. But when you take a place like this and you respect the surroundings and you cite something beautiful on those surroundings that looks like it belongs here, then it can't fail to make a huge impression, which it does.
I think that as a home, it makes a statement that large does not mean ostentatious, that it can mean tasteful and comfortable and livable in a place that you want to spend your precious days.
I think reverence would be a word that you would tag. You could put that right over the door. It's really honest work.
At this stage in life, I think the thing that's really important to all of us is experiences. We all have plenty of things, but we really value special experiences. And I think that's a big part of the attraction that brings people here. We really wanted to create something as our work of art, if you will, that would be here to be enjoyed for many generations to come.